Hello everyone, I'm Richard. Today I'll review Convoy S11 XHP50.2 flashlight. I ordered it from Convoy official store in Aliexpress, and here you can see all the information about the flashlight. Upon buying, you can choose from two different emitters. It's XHP50.2 and Luminus SST40. Now let's see what's in the box. So the diffuser, it's optional, the battery, the O-rings, PCB board separator, and the flashlight itself. Flashlight is made from anodized aluminum. Build quality is very nice. The only thing that the threads were not greased enough, so I added my own grease. Tail cap has copper spring, and the driver side has cylinder contact. Now let's take a closer look at the flashlight itself. It disassembles in two parts. The top part, where the driver is. This side of the threads are not anodized. Also, there is an O-ring, and the head part has cylinder contact. I'll explain what's wrong with this later on. Let's screw this in, and unscrewing the bottom part, tail cap. The side is anodized, so you can just break the contact by unscrewing it a bit. Also, seal ring. The threads were not greased enough when the flashlight came, so I just added some more grease to it myself. And this flashlight can use 26650 battery, or you can use the O-rings that came with the flashlight to use the 18650 battery. You just put those like this and put it into the flashlight, and it stays quite nice there. But I'm not using this as I don't have spare batteries which are high drain, so I just ordered it with the battery 26650. Now the operation of the flashlight. So mine has 4 modes. It has also mode memory, so if you turn off the flashlight, it will come in the same mode you used it before. And I'll mention one disadvantage this flashlight has, but first of all I'll explain the basics. So you press it, you turn the flashlight, and you tap the button to switch modes. It's breaking contact for a brief time, and it simply changes the modes. There are 4 modes: 1, 2, 3, and 4, and back to the first. And to turn it off, you just press it again. So, as the flashlight uses breaking contact, if you can say it like that, the problem is when you bounce the flashlight, it just changes modes by itself. I guess Simon knew about this problem and added a PCB board separator. It can also be used to separate 2 batteries. It's the same from both sides, and you just put it in. It has to be flat. Put the battery back, screw the tail cap back on. But still there is some space, so if you bounce it, it still changes modes. I guess the spring is not strong enough to support that battery, and it's all about that connector, that cylinder connector. There should be a spring if you would like to use this flashlight for biking or something. what I decided to do to solve this problem, as I like this flashlight very much, I use it almost every day. I just bought an O-ring. I'll put the measurements of the O-ring in the description of the video, so if you'll need it, you can buy it in a hardware store. You just put it on the battery, also use the separator PCB board, and when you put the O-ring, there is almost no space between the battery and the side of the contact where the flashlight connects to the tail cap. So we screw back the tail cap. And now let me turn low mode. No rattle. The flashlight works. Of course, if you bounce it hard, it will change mode still. But it's not the problem for general use. I had never experienced any issues at all in my usage. Okay, one more thing. I would not say it's a bad thing, but due to the package structure of Cree XHP50.2, the spot is not uniform and it can be observed if you throw it on the white wall. Here's a photo I made of beam spot, and you can clearly see when you're shining like this. It may bother you if you use it inside, but outside you almost don't notice it. I used it in the forest and the light is very beautiful. It's very beautiful. Okay, so that's it about the general usage. And now let's take it to the outside. Let's test how it does at night. Hope you enjoyed those nighttime shots, and now I want to talk about the biggest advantage this flashlight has, in my opinion. Here you can see the runtime graphs of all 4 modes, and all 4 modes has stabilization. The only thing that turbo steps down because it reaches the temperature limit, and on the right side you can see the 10-minute runtime, and when it steps down, it steps gradually, it's not straight. But if you cool the flashlight and turn it on again into maximum mode, you can see that it reaches the highest output again. So first you see that I turned on the flashlight, then I cooled it for about 5 minutes and turned it again at the maximum mode. Then again it stepped down to the 50% approximately. Then after cooling it for 7 more minutes, it reached even more than 100%. Now a closer look to other modes. This is the second mode, which I use the most. It's, as you saw in the nighttime shots, it's good for walking, for example for walking your dog or just walking in the forest. Next mode is 40%, also stabilized, which will work for a whole 3 hours, and it's a lot. And the last, turbo mode, or you can call it 100%. Here you can see the step downs when it reaches the temperature limit, and in the end when the battery gets low. One more nighttime shot I took when I went for wildlife observation. I do it very usually. So I use this flashlight mostly as my EDC flashlight for everyday use. It's good for lighting areas. It has very wide beam, as you see here. And all in all, I think this flashlight is worth its price. Considering other similar flashlights of other brands cost twice or even 4 times as much as this one. I will put the link in the description to the official Convoy store where you can order this flashlight. And that's it for today. I would appreciate if you leave a comment with the suggestions or what you liked or disliked. And if you liked this video, please subscribe and put a like. It would help me a lot to make more of those reviews in the future. So, thank you for watching and see you next time.